Hello, Saints. I've been preaching on the 7 last sayings of Jesus on the cross, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about what we talked about in the sermon. And we used the first 2 sayings of Jesus from the cross as an example. You know, the first thing he says when he's up there is, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. Now, that seems like something Jesus would do, but you know, he's just been through a lot of pain and suffering, from the scourging that he had on his back, trying to carry that heavy cross up to Golgotha, and in this pain and misery of them trying to kill him, he blurts out, Father, forgive them, for they don't know what they're doing. And you know, of course, we're thinking, oh no, that's a Jesus thing, that's what he would say, but really, think about that. Is that something you would say? And what's the context of that? We notice, though, that what Jesus was doing when he came into humanity, when he became a person, a human being, in order to take care of the sin problem, he tells Nicodemus there in John 3 that he came not to condemn, but to save that which was lost. Remember, this was not a mission here. Jesus didn't come to the earth to condemn. It was not a mission of condemnation. It was a rescue mission. And this would be apropos of what Jesus was all about when he was on the cross, about forgiving them, not excusing them, not saying it's okay, but look, that's not what I'm here for, Father, is to condemn them. I'm here on a mission to save them. They don't know what they're doing. This is why I came in the first place. And so we see Jesus up on the cross, focusing on us, not himself. Now, this is the time, through this misery, this death that he's going through, we could not blame him if everything was about him, what he was suffering. But we notice that everything he said on the cross was really about us, reaching out to us. Father, don't hold this thing against them. It's what Stephen said when he was stoned there in the book of Acts. You know, he asked God not to lay this charge at their feet because they didn't know what they were doing. And so Jesus is doing the same thing. His mission was about restoration and salvation. That's what he was about. And that's what we have to be aware of. And not, like I said, not excusing them, not making it okay, but judgment belongs to God. And we need to keep the road open for salvation and restoration, like the road was open for you and me. So we need to keep it open for others, even when they're wrong. Jesus was looking for their salvation, not their condemnation. And that's the second thing that we notice about the cross, is when he's up there, we have the 2 criminals that are being executed next to him. And of course, they may both start off accusing him and mocking him, you know, save yourself and save us too. But one realizes that they're there for their own deeds, and that this guy in the middle, he's not guilty, and he's suffering this. And so he finally comes to where he's converted, and he tells Jesus, Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom. He didn't ask for forgiveness. Notice that. He just said, remember me when you come into your kingdom. Now, you know, it could be Jesus remembers him. And when he comes into his kingdom, say, yeah, I remember you. You're going to go to hell because of whatever. But no, the remembrance is a thing of salvation. To remember him is to restore him. And we have a conversion on the cross. Now, this might be important for you and I. Because when we are converted, when we start to follow Jesus, we may think that there's things we need to do to commend ourselves to God. But there wasn't anything the thief could do. He was already on the cross. He couldn't go on a mission trip. He couldn't pay tithes. He couldn't do anything. He had to accept it by faith. And Jesus promised him that he would see him in paradise. And that's what we need to remember. That it's about our faith in Christ, not about what we're doing.